Greetings YouTubers, Stain here to talk about bar chords. What is a bar chord? Well, if you recall, in our last lesson we did the B minor, we did the F sharp minor, we did the F, we also did the C sharp minor. Well, what do these chords have in common? They have this finger. Sometimes you want to say this finger, but it's this finger. Because this finger is what makes everything that much more difficult. The reason being is this finger has to press all 6 strings down, and it requires hand strength, finger strength. And so if your fingers are not strong, you're going to have difficulty doing bar chords. And bar, by the way, is spelled B-A-R-R-E. Well, you might ask, a bar chord as opposed to what other kinds of chord? When we did the first lesson, when we did these notes, these are all open chords because basically the nut here on the guitar is fretting for you, all 6 strings. You're not doing this B minor where it doesn't matter what you do here because your finger is basically fretting all 6 strings here. So when you begin to, it's important to play bar chords because then you can play all the way down the neck here as a chord. And that's important to understand because when you do soloing way down the neck, like here, and you want to get into the bars, chords, you don't want to slide all the way back here to play your chord. You can do an A over here just as easily as this A here using bar techniques. Okay? Now, there are 4, well, before I go there, let's talk about 2 very important concepts. And I'll try to incorporate some music theory into my teachings too, so that you have some background to the ideas that I'm presenting. Individual notes versus chords. Okay, so when I play a note like this, these are individual notes. A chord, as I mentioned in the first lesson, is 3 or more strings played at the same time. Okay? So individual notes have what's called flats and sharps. An A sharp is equal to a B flat. So we don't need to deal with flats. Let's just deal with sharps from here on. This 6th string and the 5th string are the basis to all of our chord notes or chord names that I will be teaching you. But first, let's start to talk about individual notes, okay, and use that to build chords. This is an E note. This is an F note. This is an F sharp. G sharp. A sharp. B, C sharp. Okay, and so on. What you did not hear is a B sharp and an E sharp because they don't exist. Okay, that's why on the piano, the keyboards, the black keyboards, there's 2 missing. Same concept. Those chords or strings, notes, don't exist. So, likewise, on the 5th string, that's an A note. A sharp. B. C. C sharp. D. D sharp. E. F. F sharp, and so on. Okay? Now, let's talk about chords and the chord forms in bar chords. There are 4 forms that I like to show you, and those are the E, or sometimes played this way, the E minor, right? The A minor, and the A. The E is this one, and so therefore this note, as we talked in the first lesson, is an F, because it's following what's called the root note. So if this is E and this is F, then when we play this E, then this is F chord, the F chord, not the note. This is F sharp chord. This is G chord. Okay, you don't believe me that this is a G? Sounds just like this. See that? Sounds exactly alike. So this is the G, then this is the G sharp chord. This is the A. Okay, A chord sounds just like this, right? Alright, this and this are the same. So you get what I'm trying to tell you, is that there are many different places to play a chord. It could be an open chord like this A, or it could be a bar chord with this E form A. Alright? So let's talk about the E minor form. When I say E form, this is what I mean. I'm positioning the finger exactly like the E here. Okay? And I'm just fretting with my finger along the way. And so when we talk about the E minor form, this is the E minor, right? Remember? It's just that I'm using my 2 finger here. And it's like this. Right? It's like this nut here is barring for me. And so this is the E minor. This is the E minor chord. So if this is the E minor, then this is what? The F minor. This is the F sharp minor. Another chord that I talked about in lesson 1. G minor. G sharp minor. And so on. Alright? So here we learn in the F form, in the E form, how to do a major chord. By the way, when I say major, it's just an A is really an A major. It's just shortcut. We don't say A major. We just say A or B, not B major. All right. So this is the F major chord, and then this is the minor chord. So just remember that you're using these 2 forms to play all these different chords down the neck.